No, Australia's good. I was shitting on it. Australia might be number 2. That's a good country, dude. Just a whole country doing nothing. That's what I like about them. They're just down there. 0 exports. Creating nothing, dude. The only export I've seen come out of Australia is just that YouTube video of that guy punching that kangaroo in the face. Yeah. You know that video? That kangaroo holding that dog hostage out in the woods. Owner shows up, squares up with the kangaroo. No hesitate. Kangaroo knew it was a fight, too. Guy just walked him. If you've seen the video, you know how good that impression is. Yeah. Australia gave us that. Australia also gave us Love on the Spectrum. Love on the Spectrum. Thank you, Australia. Incredible show. Truly, actually an incredible show. How did this show get made? That's an insane show. Only Australia could have come up with this. Only Australians would be like, all right. You know how autistic people are extremely uncomfortable in social settings? Let's stick a camera in these fucking retards' face and watch it. No, dude. Don't do that. We're all gonna watch it, but don't do that. Look at him trying to fuck. No, Australia ruled. I only had one negative experience while I was there, and it was I got bullied. I got made fun of publicly by a goth. They still have goths, dude. Full on black trench coat, black eyeliner, and he made fun of me. I'll give him credit. In his defense, the reason he was making fun of me is because I was wearing a bucket hat. I had never done that before. There were no black people on the island. I was taking fashion chances the whole time. That's the thing about these countries. I was just in England, Scotland, Ireland, Australia. No black people. And I know what you're thinking. No. No, you need black people. You need black people to keep the whites in check. The last thing you want is a whole island of whites that think they're the coolest people on earth. It's a disaster. That's how you end up with Conor McGregor's walking around like, it's like, shut up, dude. The foreign whites are out of control. American whites, we're humble. We know we're not the coolest guys around. It's the foreign whites, dude. Yes! Preach, brother! Yeah. For real, though, there's a reason every good NBA player that's white is from another country. The audacity to think you could play in that league, dude. The fucking arrogance. Every white dude in America saw a black kid dunk in like 8th grade and was just like, oh, all right. There goes that dream. I'll just set picks for the next 4 years. Just box out hard as hell. White people used to be cool in America. Long time ago, dude. The height of white people being cool was us going, we're like, man. That was as cool as we got. We're like, man, see? And then the day white people stopped being cool, it was Jackie Robinson's first game. You can look it up, dude. You can find it. You can find the radio call from that game online. You can hear the exact moment white people stopped being cool. You can hear the announcers. They still got, they're like, man. Welcome to Chicago, where the White Sox take on the Brooklyn Dodgers. And we all had cool white nicknames. Like, up at the mound is Old Curly. He's a 47-year-old alcoholic. He's the greatest athlete alive. Runs a 6-second 40-yard dash. Fastest man alive, they say. Then it happened, dude. And Jackie came up to the plate. You can hear the announcers like, meh. Coming up to the plate is a young colored boy from Brooklyn. No way he can hit Curly's pitch. Here comes the pitch. Fuck, home run. All right. That was it, dude. Jackie hit the ball so hard he knocked that voice out of all the whites. Not one of us has talked like that since. Dude, one swing of the bat, we're like, meh. All right, yeah, that was pretty good. That was good. That was Good. It's time for us to focus on computers. Anyway, I was in Australia. I was in a bucket hat. I was already self-conscious about the bucket hat. Tried it on in the hotel. Just looked like fucking John Candy. I was with my friend. He's a good friend. I was like, I look like a fucking dumbass, right? He was like, nah, dude, you look cool. Also, who cares? No one's going to give a fuck. I was like, all right, fine. As soon as we got outside of the hotel, somebody gave a fuck. I got made fun of immediately. It was the goth. The goth. Dude. I didn't even see him coming, dude. He came out of the shadows like they do. This fucking guy, I was standing talking to my friend. He was walking behind us on the sidewalk. He walked behind me, took my hat off my head, put it back down, and patted me on the head. I turned around smiling at him because I thought only a friend could have done this. I was like, dude, this guy kept walking. He didn't even break stride. He goes, nice hat, fatso. It just destroyed me for I had no comeback. I was just like, yeah, right. I was like that fucking kangaroo. What was that about? That was 6 months ago. I've thought about that guy every day. Every day. I hate him. I hate everything. I hate that he's a goth from Australia. It's like, you can't be that. You can't be a goth from Australia. You sound funny. You can't be, you know what I mean? That guy can't go around like, all day I think about death. It's like, shut up, dude. I'm actually very dark and twisted. No, you're not. You're Australian. You sound funny. Australian accent's one of those accents that's funny every single time. You could be in the middle of a fucking tragedy. If you heard an Australian accent, you'd still be like, you know what I mean? Like if there was like an Australian guy in the office on 9/11, was like, oh fuck, look out! Like, oh no, there's another one. Get down. Oh, fuck, it's hot up here. You're gonna have to jump out. No. Huh? All right. Oh, 9/11 joke. That's an applause break. Bravo. All right. I'll tell you this, on a more serious note, this is something I'm dealing with in my life. I recently found out that the girl I'm dating, her ex is a Navy SEAL. That sucks. That sucks dick, dude. That's the worst ex of all time. I never even thought it. You want to feel insecure as a man? That's the worst. I never even thought of that one as like that could happen to me. I spent my whole life thinking, black guy, worst case on this. And by the way, I mean that with all due respect to the black community, dude. For real, I wish people feared my dick like that. I wish my dick struck fear into entire races. Nobody fears my dick, dude. Nobody fears my dick. Other than like women in parking garages. You get me in a parking garage, all of a sudden my dick's top of the food chain. See me lurking behind a pillar in there. Just with a GameStop bag. Nah, dude, Navy SEAL. It's a tough one. I do this thing, it's not a good thing, but whenever I'm dating a girl, I always talk shit on her exes. It's not a good look. Women don't respect it. Kind of makes me look like a bitch. I like it. I can't stop doing it. And normally it's easy. Normally it's like, what's your ex do? He's a fucking substitute teacher. It's weird he wants to hang out with kids. Like, that bad. You know, like, this one's tough. This is a tough ex to make fun of. Just when I'm walking around the apartment all day, just fucking Navy SEALs. They're kind of pussies if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Like using night vision, sneaking up on guys. That's a fucking coward's way to fight, dude.
The Trumpomaniacs are coming.
That was incredible, dude.
Did you see the RNC?
Did you watch Hogan? Hulk Hogan gave a speech at the RNC, and it was undeniably great, dude. McCusker, I've been with O'Connor this whole time. It's been so fun.
Oh,
just being like, bro, you guys are down so bad. He can't. Even O'Connor.
Teams yet?
O'Connor has to even admit, like,
dude.
Zuck just came out and said Trump's a badass for doing that.
Oh, really?
Maybe the pendulum's swinging.
Political violence, bro. I don't laugh about that shit at all.
Political violence is extremely scary.
That was a cool
Real,
shit.
any of you got, don't blindside me with any political violence jokes, dude, because I'll walk away from this.
You'll walk.
Yeah, that
Tenacious D broke up because of it.
I wish they didn't. That sucks.
Dude, they've all been like, he should die. You're wishing death on a man, then death comes near him, and you're like, I take that all back.
Yeah.
Like, for what? What are your real sentiments? If you guys, if he died, they'd be happy. Just be honest.
It was worst case scenario. Just skimmed his head. He stood up and put his fist up. It's like, holy shit, dude.
They were in denial right up front.
I called Phil that.
Like loud noises.
I called Phil that night. He was fucking fired up, dude. I waited till the sun was going down. I knew Phil was going to have a couple drinks
for the president.
Celebrating the president. I was like, what do you think of that? I called him. He goes, I'll tell you what, he showed me something. That guy showed me something last night. He's a tough son of a bitch. He got up. He wanted to fight that guy. He wanted to find him. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
It's kind of incredible that he got dogpiled by Secret Service and was able to walk the next day. If I was like 80, 78 years old, dude, and a bunch of dudes jumped on me, I wouldn't be able to walk for like 3 days.
No shit, dude. Especially
pause.
Wait, what? You wouldn't be able to walk after the guys piled on you?
Yeah. Pause. Obviously, I said that, not my house.
Well, guys and girls. To be fair, it'd be guys and girls. No,
it was like all the dudes, like 100% business, and then the one, it was like female Secret Service.
Yeah, the one that looks exactly like me.
Yeah. What?
God damn it, dude.
I thought the
of course.
The only thing
I saw it first before. Obviously, if I see someone that looks like me, I'm like, oh, great.
The shooter kind of looks
just
like
my luck.
They put up a thing where it was a picture of the shooter, and they gave him XXXTentacion's braids. Did you see that?
No.
He looked. The picture kind of looks like me. It's fucking bizarre. My cousin tried to hit me with, I look like the shooter. I was like, dude, I do not. Hold on, I'll try to find it. Tell me this shit.
You don't think the shooter's handsome?
No, not at all. I think that kid's fucking weirdo.
Either way, it's been delightful to see the Ocon man having to accept that Trump actually is kind of cool.
It's been very fun for those NAs. He's probably drinking those NAs to take the edge off.
Dude, he was on my couch during the Hulk Hogan speech.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
You tape his eyes open.
He was like, to all the Democrats out there, I got one question for you. What you gonna do when the Trumpomaniacs run wild on you?
Oh no, man.
We've won.
And I was just standing above the couch where he was yelling, just like, what the fuck you gonna do, Chris?
I mean, dude, they're like NASA control center being like, all right, we're losing black guys at an astounding pace.
It's over.
Like, sir, Hulk Hogan has come out officially as a Trumpomaniac. Yeah. God fucking damn it.
He called them the Trumpomaniacs. He had Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan and Dana White. We're fucked.
Yeah. And Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he's still jacked, dude.
I bet.
He's still jacked.
I was kind of curious. He's probably on enhancements.
He's probably on gender affirming care. That's why I call TRT now. My one boy's on TRT, and I just asked him, how's your gender affirming care going? It's literally the same exact thing. You're taking testosterone to feel more like a man.
There's a juvenile lyric that was making me laugh very hard. It's in
my fingers.
Like, you must have heard about them hoes that I beat up in my home. You know they was lying, baby. You know they was wrong.
Them hoes I got beat up.
The hoes I beat up in my home. They wasn't telling the truth, baby. You know they was wrong.
You think he's talking about beating up pussy up though? Or do you think he's talking about juvenile?
I think he's talking about beat them up. It's in the song Rodeo. He says, you must have heard about those hoes I beat up in my home.
I think he's talking about beating the pussy. Or maybe,
I know, because then he says they were lying and they were wrong.
True.
I think he would admit fully.
Yeah, and he would admit to beating up the pussy. You're absolutely right.
I think he's talking. I think he probably got charged with domestic violence.
I mean, dude, if you got that many hoes in your house, you might swing on a couple of them. Because if you have like 12 hoes in your house,
you're gonna step on them like a dog's tail. You're gonna accidentally step on one of them. She's gonna shriek, and you're gonna go, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were there. I'm sorry. Come here, come here."
And then they're gonna go tell everyone about you. I'm like, baby,
you know they was wrong. It's also, it's so funny, dude.
The way you just looked at me, like, you know that was wrong.
You know that was wrong. You must have heard about those hoes I beat up in my home.
They were lying.
Also, it's so funny to just be talking to a new girl and be like, "You heard about them lying bitches that I beat up in my home?"
No, it's not even that. It's like for that to get like distilled down into your art.
It might be slow motion.
It's slow motion.
Yeah, not rodeo.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of slow motion. You said rodeo. My fingers keep slipping. I cannot grip that ass. That's my favorite. Hold on,
God
baby.
damn it. Show me the lyrics.
Dude. He was arrested and booked on 5 counts of aggravated assault and 3 counts of simply battery.
And he was innocent?
Battery.
Come on, you know that was
all
lying.
misdemeanors after he allegedly threatened to shoot the woman and chase them out of his home in Louisiana.
The hoes?
Yeah.
What do the hoes say to him?
What is this about?
Were the hoes popping off the juvie?
Yeah, what was the host statement?
In his house? I'll find
they were in his home.
Yeah,
but the judge actually did find them wrong. In the end, the judge found them wrong.
It's so funny to be at that point in his life where he's like, you know, it's like past his wildest successes, but he has his hose in the home, and he just threatens to beat up hoes in a mansion in like fucking Louisiana somewhere.
This is in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
99? Or was it 99 of the year 2000?
No, year 2000.
99 of the year 2000.
He blamed it was 5 women, and he blamed them for causing a water leak from an overflowing bathtub.
Bro,
they overflowed the tub.
They got a point. Yo, goddamn hose overflowed my tub.
And he threatened to shoot him.
Hey, don't fucking overflow juvenile's tub. You get your ass beat.
They were saving him from taking a bubble picture in the tub. Show he got bottomed out, dude. They were good hoes. Those hoes are
if
saving
you're going through your cycle, I ain't with it. I'm gone. You must have heard about them hoes that I beat up in my home. They wasn't telling the truth, baby. You know they was wrong. That's fucking game, dude. That's the Riz. You walk up to a girl at the bar. You go, look, if you're on your period, I'm not going to fuck you. And also, if you heard about those women I assaulted, they were fucking liars.
They're not
Hi,
liars.
I'm juvenile.
They're wrong. That's why that was a new look, too. He put the glasses on.
Oh, yeah, it was time. He was very litigious at that point. He's a fucking lawyer, dude. Time for me to put on my spectacles. You know they was wrong.
According to Louisiana law, those hoes was wrong.
Those was wrong, Your Honor. In the case of juvenile versus 5 hoes, in the case of the bathtub, in the case of the overflowing bathtub.
You think he got off of the stand your ground law?
Yes. Was it? What happened? Was he found innocent?
That's the question. It settled out of court for sure.
True. With a fucking whooping, dude. That was the settlement.
He was released on bond, and I have to look a little more.
I love that he just did a tiny desk at NPR. Those
Did he
fucking
really?
frauds, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're like, yeah, we stand against fascism. If you're a Republican, you're a Nazi. Also, yeah, well, we were going to bring in this guy who beat the shit out of 5 women for overflowing his bathtub, and we're all going to dance to it.
Yeah, they really do turn a blind eye to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Although if they was wrong, they was wrong.
The hose was wrong.
I mean, but what if you believe all women? Then you can't say the hose is wrong. It's either you believe all women or them hoes are wrong.
And we are staunch allies of the hoes are wrong.
Them hoes are wrong.
Yeah, believe all women. That shit does not apply to juvie.
No, it's juvie. They say, well, there might have been a chance that them hoes was wrong. Some guy,
Your Honor, the hose is wrong.
Some fucking nerd from NPR being like, well, sometimes we find a scientific study where 40% of the time them hoes is wrong.
The hose are actually wrong.
Wow.
Pay like a $5,000 fine.
$1,000 for each hoe?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the going rate on beating up on them hoes.
$1,000.
In the year 2000.
Yeah, with inflation, that's a lot.
Damn, dude, they need to go right back to the Home Depot, dude.
Beating
Yeah.
on hoes is a whole career now.
Overflowed my tub. Them radiant floors.
Yeah, that was giving me a good laugh.
His voice is the funniest.
It's
too.
so good.
Damn, dude. This is too chill for you guys. I don't want to.
Guys, let's
fuck
just
you guys
keep
up.
it easy.
Let's take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Now, here's some news in the taking it easy realm. I have a sliced penis right now.
What? How'd you
I
slice
have
your
a
peen?
extremely sliced penis.
What?
What happened?
Damaged.
Did you shave? Were you shaving
No.
incident?
No, it was a fingernail.
Oh,
Not mine. I was having sexual intercourse.
obviously.
And we tried to do cool moves. Like we saw on the porns. We tried to do cool moves.
Just like a hand job?
Where she was also touching down there while I was having sex.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
My penis fell out. And I still thrusted. And it thrust into a fingernail.
Got the old cheese grater.
Cheese grated penis.
Oh, my God.
What kind of
And,
slice you talking?
Bro,
Like fish gills?
a massive slice. And there was blood everywhere.
What? No.
If you slice a boner, let me tell you something.
It's
I've
going-
never sliced a boner. This is the first time I've sliced a boner. Bro, dude, it was a catastrophe. It was
What, all over the hotel room?
all over. But you know, you ever damage your penis when you're whacking off? Yes, we all have.
Just friction
You've
burn,
never
like
damaged,
carpet burn.
friction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a
Oh,
severe
yes.
burn
Not a
where it's
slice.
like that was too hard.
Not a slice.
So I've damaged that, and then it doesn't hurt
Yeah, that's
until
every
you're
time.
done. Until you're done,
Right.
and then when you're done,
Yeah.
you're like, "Ow!"
Birds
so
all
this
red.
slice didn't hurt.
What?
And she was, I kept trying to go, and she was like, "No, I definitely scratched it because I didn't see it." And then she was like, "No, I definitely scratched you." And I looked, and I had it in my hand. It's just so much blood, dude. Isn't that a fun
Shaft
start?
Or was it the head?
It's underneath the shaft.
Oh, man.
So the
Dude.
bottom of my penis is sliced. That's a good way
Like,
to start.
was
the
the
underbelly?
skin coming apart? Like, literally, like.
It's a little bit sliced. Yeah.
Flayed? It's flayed.
It's a flayed penis.
You're a flayed unit.
God.
You're like the dudes. You got whatchamacallit? It's not a
Flayed.
circumcision. It's called a when they cut those Aboriginal
yeah.
Australians. It's sub-incision. You got sub-incised.
Yes,
It's a rite of passage. Dude.
it is a rite of passage. I do feel
Opened up-
stronger.
You opened up, yeah, dude. You
I
opened
don't know
up
if you
your
can tell. I'm
penis.
much more chill and relaxed.
You reunited, dude. You reunited to your like archetypal double gender.
Oh yeah, I have a pussy.
You got a sub-incision, yeah.
Yes,
I never understood.
And then you tried to have male period sex. Like, come on, it's no big deal.
exactly. It is exactly what it was.
And she was like, no.
Well, no, once I saw the blood, it quickly changed to a panic.
yeah.
And she was devastated. I had to remind her it was obviously my fault.
How was that your fault?
Well, it wasn't hers. It was
Yeah.
an accident.
Of
We were trying to
course.
do cool stuff.
Of course.
And when you do cool stuff, sometimes bad things happen.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
learning.
dude.
But
What's your timetable for recovery, you think?
who knows? But
Probably like 3 months.
I'm on day 3. No whacking
No
or
fat.
ejaculating. So
You'll
I'm fucking
you
pissed.
put some Neosporin on it.
No,
That'll speed up recovery big time. Because I've
it's a waiting game now.
true. I've cut balls before.
You've cut your balls.
I've nicked my nutsack.
while shaving.
Yes.
That's an eternal bleed.
It is.
Yeah.
That goes on forever.
You have no idea.
The penis, I couldn't imagine.
A long slice on your penis,
How long? How long of a slice?
the length of my penis. So
The whole.
Baby, scratch my whole fucking penis.
yeah,
Damn, right, not on the head though, just right underneath
No.
the head.
a little bit on
You
the
think
head.
you'll have a scar?
It might
The
look
glands?
like
She got you on the glands?
she got me on the tip and then underneath.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah,
Did you
so
like
it's
it?
not
Be
a-
honest.
I did not like it.
Did you like it?
I did not like it.
Getting sliced?
No, but my penis now is going to look. You ever see like an old great white shark? That's what my
The
penis
nose
is
is
like.
all
Just
chewed
a
up,
shark,
yeah.
like a line down the side of it. Yes, I will have a scarred penis,
Damn.
and that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
How was it before you got cut? What you
Oh,
guys
it was
were doing?
phenomenal. We were
Yeah.
doing cool stuff.
So a little like handhold. While
What do you
going
mean?
What do you
No.
mean? What kind of hand? What was the hand doing?
Well, I don't want to get too graphic.
Sure.
I mean, I have been discussing sliced penises.
It's just a grip outside.
I was.
You don't want to get personal.
No, I was behind.
Yeah.
She was reaching down, touching herself.
Ah.
That's how I sliced the bottom.
Gotcha. The whole time I thought you were working some sort of like advanced thing where it was like she was gripping your root. Fucking.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I was intrigued.
That's what I thought you were doing.
No,
Yeah.
That's serious cool stuff. That's
doggy
nice
style
stuff.
sex.
That's cool stuff.
It was doggy style.
As you were doing doggy.
So I was dogging my girlfriend in this hotel room. And
I cut my
and I
goddamn
ended up
penis.
slicing my dang penis. This is just good, easy listening.
Do
on
you think
your
the
commute.
neighbors heard?
The neighbors probably.
Were you screaming? Did you
They heard
scream?
me yelp. No, I didn't. I didn't make a noise, dude.
You
I
kept
told
it
you I'm a
quiet.
silent assassin in the bedroom.
So you got sliced and you were just like, I'm wondering, you trying to get, you're like,
I try to get back in,
Did you ever
dude.
see when you pop a dog off another dog and it's still fucking up in the air? You were still air humping, dude.
I was.
You're like, let me fucking
Oh man, I can't believe I've admitted to having a sliced penis on this podcast.
in. You were curled up just like I pull Jackson off Matilda every now and again. He just still goes.
Yeah,
I would think it would heal quick.
I
Not
hope
the
so.
peen, bro.
Why not?
Not
I would think
your
the
peen.
body would be
It's never been,
Fine-tuned
dude. It's like
to
a
fix the
baby's
peen.
hand. It's never.
Yeah.
You're not working with your penis.
right. It's fresh baby skin.
Yeah, dude. It
It
fucking
heals super fast.
I think it might heal super fast.
Yeah.
I've had damaged penis before, and it does heal quickly. Never a
Really?
slice, but
You
if I've
can't
ever-
have a penis down for too long. That's an
Yeah.
emergency. That's an evolutionary emergency.
Yeah.
true.
especially when the rest of my body's dying as quickly as it is. They're like, we got to get something out.
It's all
Yeah, it's a-
hands on deck.
That's a fair point. I was
Yes.
thinking more like it's just this like appendage that like stays out of the sunlight, doesn't get much friction.
That's my whole body. I do scar, like really.
You
easily.
bruise. You do
I
bruise.
bruise and scar like
You
crazy.
should get into scarification
Maybe
instead of tats. You just like scar up.
I should start cutting.
Scarification would be nasty, dude. Or get branded.
Yes.
This is it.
Oh, we're on.
We're
Okay.
doing another history podcast. This time we've got the Colin Quinn,
Yes.
and today's topic is Vietnam.
Vietnam.
What a time!
Yeah. What a crazy time. I mean, in some ways, I feel like it's the most important. It changed everything. Plus, it was at that time, you know?
Yeah.
But it changed. I always feel like these things have like bigger, like what comes first? Vietnam makes people, was it a revolution where everybody's like, we're fighting against the system, or is Vietnam the thing that triggers it off? And would it have happened without Vietnam? Would the 60s have happened without Vietnam?
Yeah.
Because Vietnam, as you know, I'm breaking out my extensive knowledge, started for America in the 40s.
Yeah,
And it was because we were helping France because we owed France from the Revolutionary War.
I was the thing I've looked into, dude. France dragged us into this to the point
I had
that's
no idea.
like, oh, France owned Vietnam. It was a colony. Japan took it when they got a little wild.
Yeah.
And then the United States liberated it.
Okay.
And that was the thing. Ho Chi Minh, the guy who ended up being the leader of the Viet Cong, was like, I love America.
That's
he was
right.
Like, he was
That's right.
He was writing letters to Truman
That's
saying
right.
like, I love you. Thank you. They were like, Americans are the only free people on earth.
Yes.
These are incredible people. The leader of them
Yeah.
loved America.
Yeah.
And then he started, this is the craziest part. So France goes back in after the war and is like, we're taking it back. And America was like,
on.
don't do that.
Yeah.
And we were kind of siding with Ho Chi Minh and the Vietnamese. And then France was like, this is the beginning of the Cold War. So France is like, hey, if you guys don't support us, maybe we'll start listening to from Russia. And then America was like, all right, we'll can help you out.
Damn.
Anyway.
That is interesting. And by the way, speaking of Ho Chi Minh writing letters to Truman, all those letters were redacted and till like 1970 something.
And half of them Truman never got because the Secret Service was like,
Wow.
he
I
doesn't
didn't
need
know
to
that.
see these. Yeah.
Yeah, making those decisions. Everybody made, but that's the whole thing about Vietnam too. Everybody's making their own decisions, determining. So the when you have power, you know, when you disperse power in that way, everybody goes, I'll take this part. And they're all just like,
And because of the Cold War, the Secret Service and the CIA were like, this is more important. Like the CIA versus the KGB in Russia and the Soviet Union, that became the two superpowers.
Yeah.
And they were doing stuff like undermining the president to be like, the war against Russia is more. I mean, I don't like Vietnam because of how frustrating and stupid it is.
Well, but first of all, the CIA, when you think about it, their whole thing was the Cold War first. So all the drug dealing that happened in the 70s and 80s was again from every cartel. The CIA, when they're like, okay, CIA, they would stop the DEA from doing their job all the time because they're like, the Cold War, these are anti-communists, but they're the heads of the cartels, but they're anti-communists, and that was their priority. So they made that choice, and I'm sure the president didn't want to make the choice, whoever it was during all those times, but that was the choice they always made.
Damn, then they did the Just Say No like 10 years later. Like, come on, guys, don't do drugs.
Just say no. But even Just Say No, they were still telling the DEA back.
Vietnam, the French. The French are fucking dickheads.
Dude. Brutal.
They were dickheads.
So they dragged us in. They
absolutely dragged us in.
hid the
Well,
letters.
they dragged us in, but we wanted into. I mean, we could have left. We could have left 10. We could have left. I mean, I read this book, A Bright Shining Light. I just happened to be reading it. By the way, whenever you read a book, especially a Kindle, try to find out how many pages it is. First.
Oh, yeah.
This book's 800 pages. Fuck. So I was reading it like, oh, this is A Bright Shining Light. Doesn't sound like a long book.
Yeah.
It's the history of everything. But France, they left. We helped them. So there was what turned Ho Chi Minh. One of the things that turned him is we decided we supplied France with all these all the mortars and everything where they destroyed a lot of it in Vietnam, and that turned them against America too. Ho Chi Minh,
It was there was a battle. I forget the name of it. So I was just watching the Ken Burns on it. What is it?
Dien Bien Phu.
Yes. So the French were kind of fucking up the Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the same as us versus them. They had superior firepower, but again, just like time and time again, the Vietnamese were very good at guerrilla warfare because we trained them during World War II.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little, Mujahideen type shit.
Yeah.
And they were about to come to talks. France and Vietnam, they were about to come to the table. Before they went to have talks, they both tried to get one more offensive in, so they had leverage when they went to talks.
Nice.
So France sets up at what's it,
Dien Bien Phu, yeah.
They just put themselves at the bottom of this valley, and they're like, "We're just going to build an airfield here. We're going to fuck them up." One of the French generals was like, "I have too many guns. We're going to fuck these dudes up."
Damn.
And the Vietnamese surrounded them in this valley and just destroyed them. The French guy, the general that led that, killed himself honorably because he was like, "We're going to wipe the floor with these guys."
Why'd they go in a valley? Isn't that a bad? I'm not a military tactician, but isn't that like not the good idea?
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Well, it's funny you say that because even Khe Sanh, the famous 14 years later, America did the same thing. Set themselves up was surrounded by all the mountains, so created a valley and set up an airstrip, a landing strip in the valley, and got killed because of it.
Damn.
I mean, it's really amazing. I mean, the other thing about Vietnam is you realize how you always think when you're young, at least, like the people in charge, they spend all their time doing this. They know what they're doing. But there were so many egos involved that the few people who were like, this is not working, they were just like, stop.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're saying. Just because of ego. People think, their motive was they wanted money. They would still get the money. This was about like something else, a power struggle where you pay the price or the troops pay the price.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah, if you're just some dude sitting in a village and some guy had an argument and you're just getting blown up and you're like, what's this about?
And the other thing they had
some
was
guy couldn't come to grips with it. He was like, no, I'm right.
in the early 60s, they had this Hamlet program where they said, we're going to bring all these weapons to each hamlet, all these little hamlets, because it was kind of half and half, like North Korea. Mm-hmm. And they brought all these weapons to all these hamlets and said, look, you're in charge of the weapons. And it was all American-made modern stuff. And of course, the Viet Cong, who kind of controlled more or less, they had the hearts of the people. They took all the weapons. So we supplied the Viet Cong with all these weapons in the early 60s, and it kept them going.
It genuinely makes me like all my information's from the Ken Burns documentary,
right?
And I watch it, and every time I'm watching it, by episode 2, I'm like, "What is going?" Like it doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know if this was in the Ken Burns documentary, but did you see the guy? It is. I think it is. I saw the Ken Burns. He's Beckwith, with the guy an advisor, Colonel Beckwith,
Oh yeah.
Sergeant Charlie Beckwith, and he goes, they interview him and he go, what do you think of the Viet Cong? He goes, finest soldiers I've ever seen. This is in 1960.
What?
He goes, what? The Viet Cong. He goes, best soldiers I've ever, I wish I had 200 of them under my command. And right away, you're like, oh, we should have realized something was up then.
Well, they'd been fighting for 30 years. These dudes have been fighting since like World War II. They didn't stop fighting.
Really?
From World War II until the end of Vietnam, they were fighting constantly.
And their home territory.
Yeah.
And they're so small, they had to be crafty. All the tunnels, all the trails, they know everything.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Was that the first American war where like the American troops were like, what's the point of this? The
I think
time
Korea,
they were-
I'm sure they were a little bit like, actually.
Yeah, Korea, MacArthur screwed up Korea.
Yeah.
MacArthur, everybody was like, don't do this. MacArthur's like, the people loved him.
Yeah.
The Korean people like, this guy's our savior. And he just was like a king over there.
Yeah.
And then he just said, we're going to do it this way. I forget, he landed on the coast. So he did something that was strategically a nightmare. And even his generals were like, don't do this. What are you doing? And he goes, I know what I'm doing. And
Yeah, that guy,
caused
he
a
had an
stalemate.
ego, dude.
That stinks.
He referred to himself in the third person.
Did he?
was fucking
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah, he was wild. MacArthur was wild. He
Sucks.
might get a bad rap, though. I kind of like him.
Yeah, no, he was beloved. Look,
Yeah.
the people loved him because Japan loved him because after World War II, they were expecting, because they were so horrendous during World War II, they expected him to really bear down. And he treated them like, he said, you treat these people like human beings. So Japanese people treat him like a god. So he felt like a god.
That's tough to shake off. That would get me.
Yeah.
If I was getting like samurai glory, I'd be like, yeah, you know what?
I know. Even
Dudes
if
are like presenting you sword.
One of those
Yeah, I
cool
guess I am.
suits. If I get one of those cool suits, I'm like, who do I? I'll slash
I think
somebody.
that's why God never even let me sell out like the Beacon or something like that. He keeps me at a level of 300 to 400 seats on the road, and there's a reason for it.
Oh, man.
So what was it? So chronologically, the French direct. So we were like boys
So it's
with
a
them.
French colony. Then there's World War II.
Yeah.
Japan takes over, and like always when Japan would invade, all the Asian countries were like, "Nice, finally the white colonists are gone.
Yeah.
We're gonna get treated well," and they immediately get starved to death and beheaded and fucked with.
It sucks.
So then when the Americans liberated Vietnam, and the British, whoever, they were like, "We love America." Then France after World War II, who just got their ass whooped,
Yeah.
they're like, "Actually, we want those colonies back."
Nice.
Yeah.
And Vietnam was like, no, this is ours now.
Yeah.
We're independent again. So then
Do they have to write a letter to Vietnam like, hey, buddy,
we're coming back.
bad news?
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. We should start chronologically.
Yeah.
Let you, all
What
I
year?
watched is Ken Burns.
What? Oh, what are we talking about? Well,
I
yeah.
don't know. Whatever you
What
want.
you said. And then, so then France, when they lost, you know what I mean? The Geneva talks, I think it was the first Geneva talk back then, maybe not. But then,
That was the best one.
was that
That was
probably
the best one. First, he was
we
the
were like,
best.
hey, I like Geneva, you know? And then we went in, Eisenhower said, we're just going to arm them in the 50s, you know? We're just going to keep arming them because we don't want communism to spread down there. And then, because China, they were about China taking over Vietnam. But Vietnam wasn't worried because they were half communist. Like you said, by that point, Ho Chi Minh was pro-American until that horrible event where the France destroyed like all these innocent villages, and then he turned on America because we supplied France. They didn't have
Fair enough.
In Bien Dien Phu,
Bien Bien Phu is when they got cocky.
America started supplying France because the only way the French could get anything was airdrops.
Yeah.
Because they were in Upton Valley getting destroyed. Like 8,000 French dudes died.
Jesus.
Again, though, the Vietnamese lost like 3-1 casualties, but they were like, that's a victory.
Yeah. That's
They
what
were getting wiped out constantly.
yeah. That was, what was that one quote? Like, all we have to do is just stay here and just die.
And yeah,
That was one of the Vietnamese soldiers, like, all we have to do is just not become extinct and we win. And I was like,
It's great.
yeah, that's tough.
Well,
That
that's the
sucks.
problem with everything, right? I mean, anytime you go anywhere, the people that live there, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you're trapped. A trapped rat is going to fight to the death.
Yeah.
But
So-
then, yeah.
it got to the point where they're talking about like the United States was literally funding 80% of the French versus Vietnamese war. We were giving France 80% of the budget
Damn.
to win the war. Yeah.
Yeah.
France sucks.
France did a bad job, and then they left, and then we decided it's such a weird. I look at it so like psychologically, like what I understand about the domino theory was part of it, but
Yeah.
the psychological mindset you put yourself into there was this guy Harkins, the general. He was the guy that ran it. He is really responsible in many ways because we go back and tell the president and these guys it's going good. But even then, the presidents, the ambassadors, they all went along. It just goes to show. I mean, I quote my mother all the time. I rest her soul, but she used to always say, "People," and I see this deeper and deeper in everything. And this is a perfect example. People are attracted to bullshit, and if you offer them something that's quality or truthful and bullshit, they go for the bullshit every time. And I said to my mother at the time, I go, that's true most of the time. She goes, I didn't say most of the time. I said every time. And Vietnam's a perfect example because he was this guy, Van. This whole book, Bright Shining Lights, about this guy, Van. It was in Vietnam. He was the early guy. And he's like, look, we're going to lose. Here's what's happening. The Hamlets, we're giving away our guns. The communists are taking, we're bombing village. We were search and destroy in 1963.
Jesus.
And he goes, we're losing everybody. We got to either win them over through like social revolution, the corruption of the South Vietnamese. They're taking everything. Their special forces that we trained are destroying people. This is terrible. We're losing. And everybody, even the people that kind of knew better, just went like, oh. And then somebody was like, no, we're just going to do this. And they're like, okay, let's do that. And it wasn't that it was easier. And they almost like will themselves into like, if you ever been involved in like a TV or movie project, right? And everyone's sitting there and you start out going, it's got to be this. And then slowly you start to go, oh yeah, no that. And then somebody that wasn't involved in the first month walks in and goes, are you guys all gone crazy? And yes, you have. And
No
that's
one wants
what
to say
like,
it sucks. They're like, no, this is good.
you start to believe it. You get in this stupor. And that's what I think happened in Vietnam with our military.
I mean,
You're on the set of Aquaman 6 and you're like, this still's good.
This might be the best picture.
And you ever go to a screening of a movie?
No.
And then I've gone to screenings of movies and you'll sit there and be like, that movie was really good. If you're around the movie,
Sure,
you know the cast, you know, for the people, you're like, it was good, it was bad. And then if I've been with people that go, are you crazy? That was shit. And then later I'm like, I was in a state of temporary insanity. And I feel like that's what happened. For
Also,
years.
the domino effect bothers me. It just annoys me.
You don't like dominoes?
Obviously, Obviously, I crush dominoes.
No, you don't. I'll tell you, you don't like that slippery slope theory. That's basically the domino effect,
Yeah.
right? I agree. I don't like it.
When it comes to why we were in Vietnam, was they were like, well, if China's influence and the Soviet influence gets Vietnam, they're going to get all of Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And it's like, so?
Well, but at the time, Russia had just taken all of Eastern Europe in the early 50s. So in the grand scheme of things, considering how people felt at that time.
I know they were scared of it, but it's...
I mean, it wasn't like just some crazy... It was like, wait, they just took Czechoslovakia, Hungary, all these places.
Yeah.
They're moving. Everybody in Europe is on the same page. Everybody's like post-World War II, and they're like, oh, they're going to move. Because everybody knew even in World War II, remember what Patton was like, we should go right into Russia.
Yeah.
Patton, by the way, an enemy of my family.
Really?
One of my uncles was 19 years old, World War II, captured by the Germans, POW camp for a year. German POW camp, 90 pounds. He's 19 years old. Maybe he's 20 by now. He's in the hospital when they finally release him. Patton's visiting all the wounded troops. Then he gets to the POWs. They go, "Do you want to?" These are all the POWs. He goes, "I don't talk to cowards." Patton says, "He goes, I don't talk to cowards. You're supposed to die with your unit. I don't believe in POWs." So my uncle hated Patton. Every film we get together, people like, especially when the movie Patton came out, it was like, "Hey George, you're gonna go see the Patton movie?" And he's like, his name was George too. And he's like, beat it, you know.
Damn, you went and just snubbed the POWs?
He literally goes, he called them cowards.
Yeah.
My uncle's like 90 pounds. He's 19, 20 years old.
I mean, one of the opening scenes in Patton is when he's slapping a guy in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
He's
that's
slapping
right.
him, calling him a fucking
For
coward
PTSD,
in the
that's
hospital.
right. That's right. The
Yeah.
PTSD guy.
All right.
Yeah, that's what a jerk. So,
Yeah, where are we at?
We're saying that you don't believe in the domino theory.
I mean, I understand at the time there's a hysteria. It's the same reason we went into Iraq. We were like,
yeah,
they're trying to kill us. They hate our freedom.
they do.
And after 15, 20 years, we're like, what was that?
Right. There was no weapons.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
Well, I remember that remember the book I was talking about, the George Friedman book, where it was the next 100 years and they predicted all that stuff? Remember like 2 weeks before Russia invaded Ukraine?
Yeah.
He was saying that U.S. is so far and ahead of everybody, like economically, militarily, that all they're trying to do is break up every alliance that forms.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not about winning wars, it's about just destabilizing.
But at this point, Russia was
They're gaining.
They were pretty powerful. They just got the nuke.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
But by the way, to that end, I think it was Ellsberg, the guy with the Pentagon Papers, which was a big thing. But when one of these guys was looking into the Russia thing in 1960, he was working with the nuclear, and he said it was shocking because they were like Russian. They were nowhere in the same ballpark with us. They had nothing compared to us. And the military just had this, narrative in their head like Russia and us. And they were just child's play compared to us at the time, 58, 59, something like that. I think that was Ellsberg, Pentagon Papers, but I'm not sure. But something like that. But yeah, that was the other side of it.
Damn, so we're fighting that was bullshit.
But they did take all those countries. I mean, that was real.
Yeah, but all those countries are
were they shit
Eastern
because
Europe
of
and
that?
Southeast Asia.
But were they shit then, or were they
because
people say the same thing about any colony,
Yeah, like you're talking like Macedonia, Bulgaria,
and but this brings up the question about capitalism versus communism. How important is free will? That's the question. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what this whole thing is about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or I think it's human organization schemes. Aren't there people at the top of communism who live like very well and kind of rule still anyway?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's just kind of like which one do you want, peasants? It's like you get to compete and have fun, or it's like, or you share. And it's,
Right. Yeah.
But
I mean, obviously, I like capitalism.
Communism.
I like the idea of capitalism.
The what?
Capitalism, I mean, obviously when it's unfettered, it's not going to work. But the idea of capitalism I like because it appeals to humans' nature's greedy side, which I feel like anytime you appeal to people based on something that's not so innocent, that's probably the healthy way to go. Because that's how people's nature is.
It's not repressed.
But if it goes too, obviously you can't have people just, doing whatever they want. That's a problem.
Just going into space.
What's that? Yeah.
Just guys launching themselves into space.
I mean, the results are in. So far, it's one in terms of like remaining a thing in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's one.
And yeah.
It's winning.
And communism has to try harder to keep people from giving their opinion. So that means it's not a good system.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't work very well. We're dancing with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Not being able to say stuff. So.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see. Maybe that'll go well. Who knows? Maybe the whole thing will just collapse and we'll all fucking die.
I said it was a weird narcotic state where it's been kind of a thing after World War II. It's gone now, but where we're like, no, we don't really fail. Everybody wants this because it works so well. Not just World War II, the Marshall Plan even worked because we're dealing with all these countries and suddenly they're coming back. By 1960s, 50s, Germany's even back. So we're like the benign guys that we control things, but everybody's kind of like getting their thing who wants to be on the team. And then, we didn't realize there was a whole undercurrent. So like the overcurrent is Europe, then the undercurrent is the colonies. So all the colonies were rebelling starting in the late 50s.
Oh, yeah.
From Africa to, South America. And, so there was that whole thing going on, The
vacay spots were popping
There was so much going on. Isn't it weird?
All the sandals.
Sandals resorts.
All the sandals resorts where they've had it up to here.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it was kind of a weird, it was an interesting time.
I can see communism appealing to that.
Yeah.
You're down with people.
Cuba. Look at Cuba with the whole mafia thing. It was such an interesting thing where it was like, they letting all these capitalist things, and then they were like, no, and Castro came in, and you know what I mean? Even though Cuba failed, they didn't like the corruption level that was going on. The same thing with South Vietnam.
Yeah. That was the thing. We propped up some dumbass.
We propped up a dumbass.
And we would never get rid of it. And then as soon as you saw that part, we were watching it.
Yeah.
We propped up this dude who just immediately started persecuting the Buddhists.
Absolutely.
Yep. His wife was a monster who was like, good, I'm glad they're burning themselves.
Yes. His wife and his brother.
Yeah, they were just morons.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we couldn't back off because we were like, it's still better than communism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ho Chi Minh was kind of cool.
Right, he liked us at the beginning.
Yeah,
he wasn't totally into this thing, and then
it's tough. It's like
but he became
it's like assistant manager.
Now, did you know a lot of guys that were in Vietnam?
I knew a few. Yeah, I was a kid doing the whole thing, Yeah, and I remember as a little kid, you'd watch. It was on the news every day at 5 and 6 o'clock. You'd see the footage from Vietnam. So it was like such a part. It wasn't like I was shocked because I wasn't from the generation before that. That was all I knew. I was 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. But I remember seeing footage of Vietnam all the time on TV and the news, and it was just a constant thing. And I remember one time in class, we were talking about Vietnam. This is probably 71, or maybe 70. And the teacher or the kids were going, yeah, Vietnam is bad. And this girl in our class starts screaming and crying because her brother got killed in Vietnam. So I knew probably 3 guys, older guys, that didn't hang out with me, but I mean, I knew 3 guys that were Marines in Vietnam that got wounded, that came home, and they all had those cliche Marine personalities. I mean, Vietnam vet personality. The army jacket by themselves, the big beards when they're home, heavy drinker, heavy smoker, you know, prone to outbursts, but still good guys. Like they were guys we like, you know, they weren't like people hung out with them and talked to them, but they had that other side to them, partly from being in the war, partly from what they did, partly from what Vietnam did, and partly from their reaction when they came home. It wasn't like you walk around, people weren't going, thank you for your service either, you know.
Yikes. That stinks.
Yeah, so I knew a few guys,
Yeah, that was the thing we were talking about. O'Connor brought this up. We were talking about last night. He's like, imagine today's college student. Imagine
Jesus
being
Christ.
a dude who got drafted and
Yeah.
had to go live through hell. And then you get home and one of these fuckers throws like a bag of piss at you and is like, baby killer. Yeah.
right? Oh my God,
That's when I would join the Ohio National Guard and I would head down to Kent State and say, fuck you guys.
Yeah, true.
That's yeah. But it was interesting that they all did have that personality.
Yeah.
Even the guys I knew, guy across the street, my friend's brother, was a Vietnam vet that didn't fight. He was a airplane mechanic, and even he was screwed up.
Fuck.
Yeah.
My uncle was a Marine and he never talks about it. Ever. Like literally never talks about it. One night he and I got drunk and he opened up about it.
Really?
And it was wild. He saw a fucking Chinook get hit and just spun. Dudes flew everywhere. I mean, now my other uncle was in Vietnam and he is a little more, he's a little more sociopath, like psycho. That's like, I killed a guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, how was that? And it was just me and him and he goes, it's incredible. I was like, yo.
I told you I knew a guy who was a sniper, and he was saying, he's like, you get addicted to the feeling of killing people. And he was a nice dude. He's like, I didn't have like ill will towards people, but he's like, I like would watch people eat dinner, and as soon as they finish, right in the head. He's like, by like the 12th one, he's like, you get like a God complex, and you're like, I'm ended. This is done.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you just watch people hang out.
The guy in Vietnam. I've told you this before. It was like a 90-degree trail and you couldn't see around the corner. So he's walking one way. A Viet Cong was walking up the path. He said they literally bumped into each other in the jungle. And then it was just a race to see who could get who could get their gun out faster. And he got his out.
Woo! Jesus Christ.
Now and then he got hit with a rocket propelled grenade. And his nipples missing, his calves off. Yeah. And he had to lay there. Because they're in the middle of a firefight. He had to lay there for 3 hours on the jungle floor like, I'm dead. I'm dying for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and is it that different from war? Like, my father was in Korea and Korean and war, and he said the most disturbing part was, which is still chilling, that the lieutenants or the officers would nightly bring in the Korean prisoners and beat the living shit out of him, and always like, hey, Brooklyn, you want a piece? And he's like, no, thanks. And they would just like just torture the guys, just beat them for fun. So it was already starting to lose the,
the glamour of World War II.
And then, but Vietnam is a different, like, I feel like this setup, even though it happened in World War II, it happens in every war, the setup of search and destroy is what fucked them all up. Because here you are, you grow up in the 50s, you're watching these movies. You have a little bit, even if you're not innocent, you know you're capable of, but you still, and then suddenly you're in the middle of this thing where they go, no, you have to burn all these Hamlets. Because like I said, the Hamlet program, the Vietnamese took over the Hamlets. So they go, and the Vietnamese are in there. And whether they are or not, they're in enough where you're like, okay, it's them or me. And so you're torturing all these peasants out of their house, torching their village.
Burning their...
That's like the strategy.
How long did they do that for?
That's our strategy.
How long did they do that
The whole
for?
time.
The whole entire
from
they put their fucking
1963.
villages down?
Yeah.
From 1963.
Jesus Christ.
And they said that's what Morley Safer was, the guy from 60 Minutes, I always thought I was an annoying guy, you know. But meanwhile, he was a reporter, and he had they filmed in 1965 torching of a Hamlet. 1965, early in the war, and that's when everyone started protesting the Vietnam War because they watched on TV. They're like, "Wait, this is like liberating France. What's going on here?" It was just all these peasants running. They're torching the house and shooting the pigs. Like that was on the national news, on the evening news.
That's what you were watching?
Well, I don't remember that, but I'm saying, but people shocked the whole country. That's when the protest began.
Because we were the good guys. We were always the good guys.
We were always the good guys.
You were showing it like, check us out. Never like, boo. Like,
No, the news was like, hey,
This is crazy.
That's because the news was doing their job.
true. Yeah.
And they're like, here's what's
Yes.
actually happening.
No, right. They just shot, and Morley Safer had to leave. Like they were threatening him because they were saying he took it out of context. He didn't, which he probably
took
did
it out
too.
of context.
Well, I'm saying they weren't saying that they had been getting shot, like Marines had gotten shot from that village.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying it wasn't like, you know, but I mean, but
No,
it
they were
still
bad.
was a stupid strategy. You know?
See, this is what happened. And it was crazy because the French had just done it before us.
Yes.
So they did this thing called pacification where they were like, they tried to do the social set. Like they were like, we're going to help build your rice paddies up. We're going to give you food. We're going to build schools. And during the day it worked. And then at night the Viet Cong would come in, take the food,
That's
take the
right.
fucking guns, hide guns in the villages, hide weapons, hide soldiers. So then during the day they'd come back and they'd just keep getting supplies and they'd do raids from the villages with the weapon the French gave them.
Yeah.
And then so the French would come back and be like, we know you're harboring communists.
Oh, Jesus.
And they would burn the village down. And then we did that. We did the exact same thing.
And then under the thing of like, we don't want communism to spread, which is funny to be like, we don't want you want to be free, guys. So, trust me. And like burning villages down. Like, trust me, this is better.
And I think we did the same thing kind of in Afghanistan, right? In Iraq, where it would be like, we're going to give you guys money, work with us. And then the Taliban comes in at night and is like, puts a gun to their head and is like,
Well,
you work with us.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the whole problem with everything, right?
Yeah.
If you go to some, you know, if the cops go to a neighborhood bar, the only analogy I ever use and everything is a neighborhood bar. And, but if they go to a neighborhood bar and go, listen, we want you, we want you guys to do a couple of troublemakers in here. And the troublemakers are in there. Or they're outside waiting for these guys to leave.
Yeah.
They're not there. They're only going to be there part. They know you're going, you're not there to stay forever. So it always ends up screwing you, you know?
Yeah. And if we don't kill them at night, they're going to come get beheaded.
Well, isn't that what happened in Vietnam? I mean, once they took over,
exactly,
they Cambodia, all that stuff, they just destroyed. Genocide got rid of everybody that bugged them. And everybody with a pair of glasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
how'd you get those?
They literally went. Well, just anybody who's sort of fancy themselves intellectual. It was like it's like the army came in and literally just rampaged through Bushwick, Williamsburg, and Greenpoint in the past 3 years.
Nice.
I just said,
I get it.
Everybody here who's been to a show at a bookstore. Just line up.
Just burn the bookstores.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's the thing that's why I never really got into Vietnam. You know, I like the Civil War and World War II where it's like it's kind of noble.
Right. It seems
and then Vietnam is the first one that's like
well, it's so, but even Korea was like a harbinger. It's all like
Korea,
so psychological. And I had another uncle who fought in World War II and fought with Audie Murphy. Do you know who Audie Murphy was?
No, who's that?
He's the most famous World War II hero.
Okay.
Like they made him a movie star. He wasn't a good actor, but he was this legendary World War II. My uncle happened to be in his unit.
Oh, wow.
And he said that all the hype, to show you the difference in the war, all the hype about him was true. He goes, this guy was the bravest. He goes, he was so crazy. He'd run right into battle.
Yeah.
They were at Anzio. They were at Battle of the Bulge. All these places. He goes, he would just run right into battle.
He's nuts.
and in those days, they'd celebrate now.
Like,
in
man,
World War
that's a
II,
hero.
Even, you know, any movie about Iraq, there's still an undertone of darkness. All the World War II movies, they're like, hey, there's no problem here.
Yeah. Kick their ass.
Yeah, like this guy's great. You know, it had like a positive
like
tone to it.
John Basilone. You know,
What's that?
Guy? He was in the Pacific. There's a rest stop in New Jersey, like one of the first rest stops. That's what he got out of it.
Oh.
He got the Medal of Honor. That's
awesome.
It's in the Pacific, and like he goes wild, picks up his gun without the fucking heat pad, just mows down the jet, and then he goes home. So they put him on a USO tour to send bonds, and he's like, "No, I need to go back and fight."
Yeah.
So then he goes to Iwo Jima and is like, "I'm going to do that gun thing again."
What?
And he died.
Oh no!
Yeah, he
Bust out
died.
the trick.
But he got
Yeah, boy, like he was a side choice. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my
But
mom's
he got
cousin did
arrested.
3 tours of Vietnam. He
Really?
did one, and he's like, send me back, and did another, and he's
Whoa.
like, give me one more.
Who did it?
My mom's cousin.
Wow.
He did.
Three
He
tours?
did 2 more. He
3. Wow.
He was because he was like, I'm not going back. I'm gonna do.
And what did he end up doing after the war?
I saw him like spazzing, fighting an arcade owner on the boardwalk one time.
That was Charlie.
Good man. He's a good
that was
man.
Charlie, dude.
Dude, he was.
But that's the whole point. Yeah.
He was with my mom the one time when they were younger, and he was sleeping in the car, and some guy like screamed something at my mom, and he like popped up and just got out and beat the shit out. They were in traffic on the highway.
Yeah.
He beat the guy and throw him on the side of the road. And he's like, "Come on, let's go."
Imagine that guy. He sees a woman in a car. He's like, "Fuck." The
guy sits up.
pops up.
Yeah, dude, just pops
That's
up.
a Vietnam
Fresh
vet.
from 3 tours. I think it was like 74. Just pops up like what?
Can you imagine 3 tours? I mean, I mean, 2 tours is crazy, but at least you feel like during the second tour, the guy's like, what did I say yesterday?
Yeah.
But if you go for 3, that means you're like in all the way.
Yeah.
That's when I told the guy, the dude I was talking to, was my ex-father-in-law. I was talking to him. I was telling him about my mom's cousin. He's like, oh, that guy just likes killing people.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe.
I mean, he probably just. There's also the guys.
Everyone's
that
got their thing.
You go there. True. You go there, and then you go home, and you're like, I can't be home after.
Yeah.
You're just in the fucking jungle
Yeah.
killing
Yes.
people. Now you got to go pretend to be a human.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you get off the road for a long time.
Yeah.
Say it happens to cops. It happens to cops to a lesser
Did it
degree.
with a friend. What's that? Yeah.
It happens to cops too.
Yes.
They get addicted to that adrenalized state and they go home. They're like, this sucks.
Sure.
And they stay there forever.
And
Get fat.
but the other thing with Vietnam, which I've watched a lot of those YouTube guys where they interview, and you see the similarities in them eventually. And one of them is that they said they got screwed. First of all, just imagine this: supposed to be the country sending all this money for aid. Several of them said the sea rations were terrible. He goes, we looked at the date on some of them; they were Korean and World War II.
Yikes.
That's how old the sea rations were.
Jesus.
That they're giving to the troops at supposedly the richest time in our history. And the other one is the M14. They said the M16 got more guys killed when they switched to the M16 because Westmoreland wanted, or one of these guys it was like a vanity project. The M14 wouldn't jam in the mud. The
I did hear
M16
that, yeah.
jammed, and they said guys would just be getting killed, bayoneted to death because it would
Christ.
jam and you couldn't unjam it. The M14 the early gun was better.
That sucks.
Yeah. America really fucked up. I don't like it.
But yeah,
The whole thing. Just
the whole thing was
bums
just
me out.
Yeah,
And then each president had an opportunity to end it.
yeah, that's right.
And they all just keep dragging it out.
But that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying about that
Yeah.
state. Kennedy,
Yeah. He was close to ending it.
he was, but
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Well, they
You know what I
they
mean?
made
Like-
sure he didn't.
And they said, and this guy Van was talking to Henry Cabot Lodge, who was the ambassador, all the guys who were close to Kennedy. And it was just one of those things where it's like, just at the last minute, it's like any other decision you've seen in any power person, where you're like, everybody has this logical argument, and then they go, no, I think this is better.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Why? You don't even give us a reason. And he never gave us a reason.
There was
Was there any kind of economic advantage that like was clear?
I don't think so.
Really? They didn't
I don't
even like
think there was
make
any-
any. Yeah, I guess there was
No.
nothing really there.
I mean, there was
Babes,
rubber. No, there was
babes.
rubber. All the shit that was there was gone when we left.
True.
Yeah.
Rubber, coconuts, all the rice. It was all gone. I mean, we killed it.
Damn, that sucks.
I mean, Agent Orange. I mean, when you think about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Agent Orange killing all the people. They said their levels of whatever dioxin were 3 times anybody else by the time we left. And all the troops. I mean, doing it to your own troops is just crazy. I mean, that's the height of like immorality, you know, to just
yeah.
the guys that are there fighting and you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, you know, it's like, no, they're the ones you have to really try to be a little more careful with, the opposite of what you're doing. It was really a weird situation, you know.
also the French were using napalm too.
They were before us.
Yeah, they were. We did everything they did.
Sounds like a French
the
word.
exact
Napalm.
same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what that is?
Yeah,
Like
that's
just
is it, was
gel.
It, yeah, isn't it like petroleum gel and they light it on fire and you
Yeah.
spread it if you like touch it.
You
put
don't
water
have
on
to
it.
light it on fire. It just goes in your body. It burns.
Yeesh. And water makes it worse, right? Because if you take
Yes,
a grease fire, put water
right.
on it, it gets worse. Yeah, it stinks. And I mean, but France really wanted Vietnam, so
Well,
They
they had
loved
them
it.
before that.
Yeah,
they wanted it back. I mean, they had it, they lost it. They're like, I think we can get this back.
they want their baby back.
Started
But
spreading
what
some
is-
fire on people.
Yeah, what is it about Vietnam that's so? Because we apparently wanted it too. We went in there in the mid '50s and we couldn't leave. You ever go to a party and you're like, I gotta leave. This party's over.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
It's like, you know, I guess I will do some coke.
You're saying it was 2 a.m. It was 2
and
a.m.
you
in
end up going, if
Vietnam.
only I had left at 11 o'clock like I planned to. That's Vietnam.
It's probably is just a psychological thing. It's like you want to be the best general. You start losing. You're like, we got this. And it's like, no, we should have this. Hear me out. This is my passion project.
Yeah.
This is my baby.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. Everybody was just about, the military, like their job is to get more money for the military. How can you get more money if you're not in a war?
So how did what do you like? How's this thing progress? What do you?
Yeah.
How does it end? What's going on?
Vietnam?
Yeah.
I mean, it ended when we left. It was it was really, they're lucky it was the mid 70s. It was like 75. That famous rooftop thing.
Saigon, yeah.
They're lucky because by then everybody it was like the age of apathy when I was a teenager. People were just into drugs, dancing, and, it was just a very hedonistic time. People were done, all the protesting that happened in the 60s, people were done by the 70s. You know what I mean? And they're just like, yeah. And so when people left, there wasn't even outrage. It was like, oh, that was awkward.
That was a bummer.
That was
Damn.
just, people were just like, whoa.
Yeah.
It just
Coke and
looked so
disco,
bad.
yeah.
And you feel bad for all
fuck
the
it.
people that, all the Vietnamese that were still helping us by the end were fucked.
Yeah. Like that
They got
famous,
killed.
that helicopter on the roof,
The helicopter on the
that
roof.
picture, that's a long line.
Yeah.
And that's the last chopper.
That's right.
Those boys
Last
are staying, and that's
right.
a negative time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When that chopper takes off and you're like next in line.
I've
Should've
had
got
that. I've
here
had a
5
similar
minutes
experience.
earlier.
I was at Longwood Gardens waiting for a shuttle to go see the shuttle. I was like the last guy. I had to wait like 15 more minutes. I was like, I don't know what happened. It settled down. It's better now.
No, it's not.
That's not tearing. The damage is done.
I mean, that's the thing. The power shift immediately.
Yeah.
And all the people, like when you think about the people right now in your life that you were like, fuck you. And then if suddenly they're in power, they go, where is this son of a bitch? Doria, where does he live again?
Yeah.
And then, you just hope they,
Well,
accidentally mistake you for Mike Feeney and kill him.
yeah, but what's it like? So you grew up watching Vietnam, and then what was it like for you to see like the Iraq War and all? Because the older I get, the more I'm like, I already saw this before.
I believed that there were weapons of mass destruction.
They got you too.
They got me. I believed it all the way. I said, there's got to be weapons of mass destruction. It wouldn't be this, they wouldn't be going to this extreme after Vietnam.
Yeah, they wouldn't be
if it
our
wasn't
leaders.
true. They're not going to be fooled twice.
Wouldn't be this diabolical.
I said they can't be that stupid, or diabolical. Either way, I said there's no way there's not weapons of mass destruction.
It wasn't.
I mean, I was a kid.
Me and the Senate believed this.
Yeah, you and Hillary Clinton.
All of us, yeah. Only a few didn't.
I was a kid, and it was 2003.
Yeah.
So I was fresh off 9/11. I was an 8th grade patriot.
I had a bone to pick. Yeah.
I was pretty much a troop. At this point.
They had you.
4 years later, I'd be going to West Point.
Yeah, they had you.
I was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vietnam,
warmed my seat up.
Iraq, I was pumped. I was watching you remember when you
I like the
watched the
fact that he
news?
thinks you get into West Point. That's a hard school to get into.
I got it.
He was in.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
I
very
went.
impressed. You did?
Yeah, well, I quit right away, but I went.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
What do you have to get on your FNSATs to get into a place
I
like
played
that?
football. That helped.
Oh.
Yeah, they got me in for that.
Yeah.
I got like an 11 something on my SATs.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's a
Better
little
than me, but it's not that good.
little above average. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's potential.
I
1100.
got 1030.
I was 1100.
For football, that's a fucking 1600.
Yeah.
You're making a fool of me, and it hurts. So stop. Stop, or something bad's gonna happen. You're not gonna
You
like
should start every
Remember
time-
being 8 and being like, "You're not gonna like me when I'm angry."
I would just cry.
Yeah.
I would just cry. I would cry.
You didn't think you were You didn't think you were Wolverine or Hulk? Someone would get me going. I'd be like,
I would like strike out and I would strike out. I would strike out in kickball and get ridiculed off my front lawn and run inside. I'd be like, they'd be like, shut up, man, shut up. Just run inside. And then, dude, it's funny. You just black out and you come back like, what's up, bros? You completely forget about it.
"Can I play again?" Yeah. Get in here, Mike. Penguins are only at the South Pole.
Totally unrelated.
I think it's cool.
Apparently, early Virginia, they thought that due to the latitude, they thought that it was the same climate as the Mediterranean. So when they came here to Virginia originally, they were like, sweet, we'll grow like bananas and olives. and all their food just failed.
Dang it.
And all they had to drink here for years was just water. They did not have.
Sir, everything but the slaves has died. All right, next crop.
I don't get it.
So they have banana plantations in Virginia.
They tried.
Which is a swamp, right?
The crop didn't take.
Yeah. Oh, there's some party animals outside.
Awkward.
Yeah.